And we're off the bus and away we go. Game number 6 now here for the St. Clair Saints here and the Play versus Fortnite Trios Week 3 action, of course. A couple of the last rounds not necessarily going into their favor, but I mean, they made themselves get a top 8 that time by. I think that was Lasix able to finish the job, get themselves a little bit further on, give them those couple extra bonus points, which is always extremely valuable. And looking like for the start of this round might be a little bit quieter for the Saints, as nobody else appears anyway to be trying to contest them at the moment. Yeah, so pretty standard start here for the St. Clair side of things. Nobody with really any shields at the moment, but still plenty actually in the pocket. Just haven't popped them quite yet. I'll probably pass them out, gather rounds, get everybody all topped off, and get ready for what could possibly be their next engagement. Of course, you don't have to travel actually too far this time by. Safe zone not too far away. And I believe this game we did start off with 99, but we're already down to 81. A couple players getting dropped right off the start, down to 80 now. So passively, Saints going to be getting some points for having themselves a bit of a quiet start. But of course, they're going to absolutely take advantage of this quiet start. And then there we go. They did save that that slurp truck right till the very end, right when everybody was ready. Why have I never noticed that you can actually flatten tires on the cars here in Fortnite? The more you know, of course. Basically the name of the game here for this game, considering how new this patch is. Granted, the flat tire thing could have been from past patches as well, and I just didn't realize it. Yeah, Saints get to hit up exactly where they want to go. Pick up that spot off in the very far west, go up to this castle up here on the top. They can, in theory, go towards the coral area right below them if they do opt to. Still have a minute of looting basically completely free. Then they got to start worrying about the storm a little bit. But still, of course, that first initial storm travel time is so long, they could probably get away with a little bit more looting. No excuse that they shouldn't be pretty much loaded up and good to go here for this this mid game. Nice little pickup. Okay, so shotgun, rifle, for the most part, Junie's pretty much good to go. Probably just wants to find a crossbow, and then we'll be good to go at some point. Siri in a little bit worse for wear, but does have that crossbow available. Gonna be scavenging through some of these cars, trying to find some of those crafting metals. Get the job done that way. Okay, Siri does spot a player right off in the high ground in the other side. Put a little warning shots towards them. Those arrows. Not going to find contact this time by, however. Of course, not going to find the bounty that they were looking for. Going to let that one go to the wayside. A nice, quiet, successful start here for the Saints to get this one going. Full health all around into the safe zone. Good to go. Got themselves at least a decent loadout to get things moving. Not quite perfect, but still okay. Just getting the update as to the Saints' current position here in this Play vs. Fortnite Week 3 session. As of right now, sitting 47th, so just inside the top 50. Sitting there, of course, with 165 points after 5 games. Meanwhile, just to compare what the leaders are looking like right now, the leader has 317 points off of 4 games, so they're definitely killing it as of right now. Saints still have some work to do, but could definitely find themselves a good couple of rounds right around the corner. Oh dear, it must be that time of year. Cat jumps on me and all of a sudden I just walk out with a handful of cat fur. F's in F in chat for all the pet owners dealing with their pets shedding this time of year. Shots fired. What's going on here? It looks like it's going to be on Siri's side of things for at least a second. Might have been just one of those NPCs. No, it's actually going to be one of those wolves looking to come play from the riverfront. He just wants to play, but no. He actually wants your blood. So fair enough. Take him down. Get the bones for the crafting materials as well. Could find some use later down the line. Very well might have enough. Sure enough, he does have enough materials to get himself that crossbow off the start. I think this is the smoke gas one this time by. 11 shots to it, so not too many, but enough to still do some damage in engagement. Might very well find somebody. He's going to try to flush them out right away, launching some of those gas arrows towards the players. Looks like the other team thought twice about making an engagement after that, so they're going to run for the hills. Okay, some shots fired here right on the entrance of the safe zone and here in the Slurpy swamp side of things. Siri has an angle on them, tries to take the shot, not going to find it. He's going to get himself hit up, however. Knocked down to about 41 shields, but still have all of his life remaining. Assault rifle shot's going to go a little bit wide here. Junie did take a little bit of heat as well. Going to have to take a second to pop that shield potion. There's Siri getting the jump. 90 shields taken away from the player from below. Can they make something happen? A shotgun and just barely get blocked in time by the wall. Definitely takes a long time to get through the metal, continue to move forward onto this team. Where is Junie at? A little bit off to the side, but above the action. Could finally find an opportunity to strike momentarily, but looks like there's maybe more than one team here as of this moment. Or just the one team all kind of gathered up here. Have to see in a second. Siri forced to find some cover, get some shields back nice and quick. Man, Junie's still going back and forth with somebody, able to hang on tight for just a little bit longer. Where is Siri in all this? Looks like he's got the crossbow out, ready to go, trying to make something happen. But no shots actually making contact as of yet. shot. And try and just flush him out. Slowly but surely take away as many angles as possible. A bit of a stalemate. Nobody on the side of the Saints taking any damage as of this moment. And some more of those smoke arrows. Yeah, they're going to have to run without question there. Nice shots there for Siri to start things off. And the Saints follow up with any sort of eliminations. As of right now, they've not been able to get anything in regards to eliminations for the most part in this game. Okay, gets a jump on a team from below. Nearly taking them down. Some good shots here from Junie. And not enough to get the job done. Nobody knocked at all. Whichever team it's from, not quite able to finish a job just yet. Got ourselves somebody through the river, but as Junie tries to open fire, does get shot from another angle. Forced to go back on the defensive. Here alongside Lasix. Here alongside Junie as well. Or alongside Siri, rather, as well. Couple shots tagging some of our Saints members, but they're going to be able to heal it up just fine. Yeah, fine spot right now for Junie. We'll just farm away basically up on the top side of things. Siri going to be basically into the middle of things. Going to have to pop a potion at this moment. See some shots from across the board. Can Junie find an angle to get some shots? He's looking for it. Nearly taking down that building, but not quite getting through in time. Still going to keep trying. Have the eyes here on this squad across the hall, but just can't quite get anything done. Stalemate kind of continues, probably at least until this next storm starts making its move. Very few people, if anybody, are actually going to be properly set up for where this is. Saints know that. They're trying to make their move nice and early. Maybe see if they can catch somebody else on the rotation a little bit later. Trying to play along the edges. Siri's going to lead the charge. Rest of the Saints going to be very short to follow here. And to be honest, as of right now, Saints completely safe after making that rotation into the safe zone for this second. There's still about 49 players left in this game. Big shot here from Siri. Holy smokes, that smoke can, or that smoke arrow was absolutely money. Knocked one of the players, completely taking them down and forcing the rest of the teammates to skedaddle. And it's going to force Saints to basically whip out the harpoon gun, get a bunch of their loot as well. I want to say it was Junie managed to snag himself a purple weapon of some sort, which is always valuable. Going to take a moment, reset here. They put a lot of ammunition in onto that building from below. There is the purple weapon in question. That's going to be the primal shotgun actually here that was picked up by either Lasix or Junie. Now going to be passed on over to Siri. Going to try and make late game Siri a thing. He's in solid position. Rifle, crossbow, and shotgun. Basically the dream trio here for late game Fortnite action. More and more players falling. The Saints, for the most part, have been able to kind of keep their head low. May have found a couple of opportunities to get themselves into some engagements. That being said, though, they're not the ones finding the finishing blows necessary to give themselves some points. Them reaching as high as they are here into this game, I think they did make the top 14, it looks like. So, still some solid points going, and with more and more players falling as the rotations get more and more scary. There's more and more points going into the Saints time and time again. Saints are a little bit split up, however, makes things a little bit awkward. Looks like Junie is completely separated from Siri and Lasix to start things off into this late game scenario. 24 players still remaining. Storm still just constantly rotating through, and it will be pretty much for the rest of the game until it completely disappears. And the entire storm is just... or until the entire map is just completely stormed out. Some poke damage coming in here from the storm, really making them a little bit of a mess out of things. Siri opening fire, not quite going to find somebody. Junie right from above. Lasix is there as well. Just trying to slowly but surely crawl alongside this storm. Try and stay as safe as possible. Now the Saints are all grouped up, moving together as a pack. The fact that all three of them are here with less than 20 players left in the lobby is a solid change indeed compared to how this day was going. However, that player from above with the shotgun is going to really put a thorn into the side of St. Clair. Siri's getting rained on from above as well. Lasix is going to go down. Not completely out, however, the refrag coming out here from Junie. So it's going to be one elimination, two eliminations into the pocket of St. Clair. That is going to be Lasix completely out of dodge. Somehow, Siri did get murked as well, so Tax is going to take care of him. So it's going to be up to late game Junie. He is completely surrounded. He's pinched in by the storm. 7 people alive. He nearly just completely chunked that player from all of his shields. Someone fell right in front of him. Get one more shot, and he's going to be able to get the player right before they went down. So Junie, the last-ditch effort, going to put St. Clair into a pretty profitable round, to be honest. That actually started off so slow. I know personally, I apologize. I was a little bit quiet during a little bit of that one. I was reading up on a couple of the changes here in Fortnite. But just overall, good turnaround there for the Saints. Having all three of them available when there was 20 players left kept them in the game that much longer. It was good to see. This puts them now at 219 points here in the session, which in theory should bump them probably into top 40 at this rate. I will see what the points look like right here right now. So let's see, 219 in theory bumps them just outside the top 10 actually. Just inside the top 20. So okay, so in theory tied for 20th right here. So a good run, making game number 6 count, and we'll be right back with game number 7. One, or maybe have time for maybe... They might be able to get themselves 10 games here today if they actually keep this one up. They're on pace to do so. Of course, we did just pass 10 o'clock, 10:12 as of this moment here. Of course, we were on a little bit of a delay, so might be different by the time you actually get this message. But of course, as soon as it hits 11 o'clock, matchmaking closes. That's the end of it. So we'll have to see if Saint's going to go guns blazing for these last 3, or maybe try and do one aggressive game and maybe a couple of longer rounds, we'll have to see in a second. Not going to throw it to a break, however, because they are actually loading into the next matchup right here, right now, right around the corner. Of course, want to give a big shout out to everybody tuning in here tonight. I know a bit of a quiet night. I know I apologize. My throat is not exactly 100% here, so I'm a little bit quieter than normal. But of course, a big thank you to everybody tuning in and chatting with us here tonight. Of course, Game 6 out of possible 10 games. And big thank you. We assume the threes make you reckless. Reckless, thank you for the bits. Thank you for your support. Pleasure having you here with us for these next matches here for PlayVS Fortnite Trios, Week 3 action, and you can probably hear it in the background. A couple of extra beeps going down means that we are on the bus. We're ready to go. Let's hop back into the swing of things here. Game number 7. Let's see what the Saints can pull off this time. As of this moment anyway, it does look like it's going to be another quiet landing here for our Saints, and quiet for them. While it may be a little bit slow for us here on the spectating side of things, quiet is good. Give you all the time in the world to get as much farming done as possible. Load up on everything you can. Not have to worry about it for the late game. Always a good feeling. We dropped in with about 85 to maybe 90 or so players, and they are dropping like flies, to say the least, to get this game started here. Already down to 78. And it is something we do see here in the PlayVS Fortnite Trios matchup, is that the closer we get to that 11 o'clock mark is usually the closer we get to seeing some teams start going maybe a little bit reckless abandon of sorts for their next couple rounds, just looking for blood, looking to finish them off. Sometimes they're just straight up getting tired, and they just want to finish things off. Get as much value as possible, and maybe go a little bit too high risk, high reward. Yeah, so far, very standard start here for our Sanctuary squad. Once again, getting all slurped up, taking care of the transport, loaded up on weapons as well. Or at least some of them loaded up on weapons. Some still hurting just a little bit. Let's take a look and see what Junie's got. Junie's pretty solid, to be honest. Of course, one of the few players that do still not mind an SMG. Seeing there, the shotgun, and now that he found a rifle, actually is going to switch on all over. Fair enough, fair enough. And does have that harpoon available as well. Did see it come into effect a little bit in the later sections of that last round. Whenever you kill off somebody, they have some decent loot, but it's in a bit of a faraway place that you can't really reach. Perfect to just whip out the harpoon and take care of it. Saints will have a long way to travel, however, this time, considering that the safe zone is basically all the way on the other side of the map. So we see Siri getting ready to mark the spot. Where do they want to go? A little bit closer to the spire, maybe not 100% close to the spire. We saw them, or I know personally I saw them kind of taking a look at it during the setup for the game, but not necessarily big fans of that location, to say the least. To see one team maybe making the pass just ahead of our Saints squad, and actually we could be on for a collision course. The truck is barely actually going to flip on over here. Saints might have the jump here on this squad. That being said, not all of the Saints are exactly the most heavily armed, but might be able to still make something work as we see this fight continue on forward. Siri does have the high ground. The player is actually chasing him down, however. Shotgun blast from both sides is going to get nothing but floor. Back and forth action here. Possibly close out Game 7 in quick fashion, or Saints are going to come out with a couple eliminations right off the start. I'm sure they would absolutely love that if they could get that. Yep, that gas canister is going to completely destroy the buildings around here. That player is completely exposed, gets knocked over. Beautiful play there from the Saints to clean this one up nicely. That's going to be one elimination for sure on the board, getting picked up there by Siri. Still got to worry about the other ones. Junie took a little bit of damage, but not actually too bad. And the dust has settled. They take care of this nicely. They have to worry about the storm, but should be able to load up nicely. Of course, health pack, multiple health packs available here for the side of the Saints. Fully loaded with 3 of them, actually. So sitting nice and pretty to start off this round. And it's definitely a feel-good moment when you, like, as much as you love having a nice early quiet start that you can just worry about loading up on all of your items and moving forward, sometimes getting that early engagement and then finally having it go into your favor, knowing like, at worst, okay, even if we do end up going down a little bit early, we at least got these many eliminations, so we're going to be a-okay in that regard. Nice little bit of insurance of sorts for the Saints going into the end of, or into this midsection here. For game number 7. I was getting worried for a second there. A lot of the Saints still kind of stuck here in this storm, but at least there is the zip line available. Zip right into the water. Nice, avoiding any sort of fall damage as well. Nice play there from Siri. Get himself nice and close and should be able to make it outside of the storm. Just barely here at the Weeping Woods. Down to about 17, however. He might have to pop the health pack. How greedy does he want to be? He is going to make it inside and instantly build himself a small shelter with 10 health remaining. Perfect timing. Get all topped off here in regards to first aid. All maxed out once again at 100. Perfect timing. Okay, as the storm's getting ready to go on in, let's take a look and see what some of these loadouts are looking like here. So, of course, we got the bolt or not the bolt action, but the pump action shotgun alongside the Scar here for Siri. So it's good that he's able to get that solid assault rifle in his pocket. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Junie. Pretty much as comfortable as he's going to be. Not with any sort of like major long-range weapon, but at least he does have the assault rifle. That being said, one thing I will notice is 40 bullets left on that assault rifle. That is going to disappear very quickly. Meanwhile, you do see, like, Siri, for example, sitting there with 200 and something ammo. You're feeling a little bit better after, like, having that much compared to what Junie is rocking. So he's going to have to take some time a little bit before it starts getting into the chaos of the late game. Try and find a little bit more ammo. Find a couple extra assault rifles to maybe steal the ammo from or something like that. Right now, Storm converging more and more into that very southeastern side. A little bit of action here for the Saints now as we do start getting into the safe zone right on the outside of Misty Meadows here. Team up on the high ground, going to make things difficult for them to try and make their way over. Siri's going to get through just fine, but I know Junie and Lasix are on the outside looking in here for at least a second. Looks like everybody's kind of gathered around now. Pass on over a couple of those supplies. Try to get their partner in a position where they can get themselves some stronger weapons, because this is when you're going to need it in these last couple of like final scenarios. Every bullet, every little piece of damage definitely counts. action, of course, was a little bit short-lived here. Seems like everybody's backed off, at least for the moment. Had to worry about the storm once again, of course. Storm location has definitely not exactly been in the favor of the Saints for the most part here in this series. This is definitely going to be a hard spot for the Saints to properly set up in. We do see that sniper tower essentially all the way up to the top. Saints might actually try to make a play here towards that care package, considering they're trying to make their move over, but there is, of course, plenty of eyes here on that. Gonna not get this for free, per se. Gonna be kind of stuck. I don't even know if he can actually get it. He might very well opt to back off it. They are so close, but at the same time, so far, it feels like. So close. Junie is going to end up getting shot down here. The play for the care package may have been ill-advised here for the side of St. Clair. Junie is going to get taken down by an anonymous player. Siri still alive, of course, topping off as much as possible there with some of those shields. And I mean, they do find themselves a golden crossbow. That is kind of sick. I'm sure that Siri would absolutely love to pick that up. At least for the Saints, though, as soon as that care package did go down, a lot of the pressure did stop. That being said, though, still have to worry at least a little bit. Teams just on the outside of them. Excuse me. Yeah, so of course Siri's going to have himself that golden crossbow. It is the smoke version as well. Assault rifle in hand as well. Shotgun good to go. Lasix still rather healthy. Don't got necessarily a view in regards to what they have available to them. We'll get to see this smoke bow in action here. It's brand new for the season. Going to completely smoke out this area. You see a couple of fives jumping here. These are all players getting tagged by the smoke. Granted, that smoke does not last a long time, but it's still enough to try and make a team completely evacuate the area. Under 50 players left to go here. Still plenty of action in store, however. Gonna get messy at a moment's notice at this rate. I mean, Siri did use a lot of those crossbow shots, but not enough really left in the tank, it feels like. About under 20 shots remaining. Lasix is actually, at least in regards to his weapon arsenal, not too bad. Shotgun and assault rifle ready to go. Has the harpoon available as well if something happens to be valuable laying on the ground. Shots from above, however, going to make things a little bit difficult here for Lasix. Where is Siri in all this? top down, looking in. Trying to maybe get himself a nice cheap knockdown if somebody happened to take a little bit too much heat. It's smoked out. Good damage. There's a knockdown. Can they find themselves the finishing blow? However, that player is falling down more and more. The Saints are going to chase him down. And it's going to be Siri cleaning that one up as quick as possible. Nicely done there. Forty-three people still left to go. Storm about to make its move once again. How much more smoke does Siri have left in this bow? He's down to the single digits, it looks, or not single digits, down to 9 shots left. And it's not exactly to the point where you can count on being able to get more ammo later. You'd have to basically eliminate somebody and try to steal their ammo. There's no way you're going to be able to loot anything at this rate. Storm still moving on forward. Saint's going to try and keep himself right alongside it. They could get the jump on somebody. Some huge damage coming out here from Siri. Can he find himself the finishing blow? Looks like he should be able to secure it. Yes, that is going to be LASIK's actually securing that one. What gets dropped? Is there anything very useful? They do get a couple of bolts actually, so not too bad. Up to 14 smoke shots available now. Of course, Siri locked and loaded here with a gold scar as well. Definitely extremely strong weapon for these late game scenarios. 34 players still available. LASIK gets knocked and gets taken down. Means it is going to be all up to late game Siri to close off this game. Big shot, 72 damage. One more shot could definitely do the trick. Can he find the player? Does end up taking him down. I think that was credited to him. It is, in fact, going to be able to. So Saints, 7 kills on the board right now, but they have to worry about the Storm. It's so close to taking him down. Where are the fish? Can it keep him alive just a little bit longer? It's not even in late game. He would have absolutely have loved to have those fish for the late game. And that wall's going to make things extremely difficult for him. He's got to get himself into the safety of this zone because he cannot afford to take any more health damage, has nothing left to heal. So all these storm ticks, absolutely brutal, and he's going to end up going down, but a valiant effort getting the Saints a second place finish. Puts them now at 285. A fantastic run there for the Saints, getting themselves their second runner-up finish here in this game. And actually looks like Siri's going to show me the scoreboard right here, right now, saying the top 8% of players. Will get exactly what that means in just a moment, of course. We'll be very quickly, though, taking a briefest of breaks as we get into game number 8, possibly 3 more here for the Saints, but they only have about 25 minutes to get it done. We'll see the conclusion up next.